Everyday life in Anglo-Saxon England. What would life be like from beginning to end in Anglo-Saxon England? Born into a small village near Winchester in the Kingdom of Wessex, Alfric was born to Sean and Graham. Infant mortality was high and most only lived to around 30 years old. Alfric's father, Graham, was a blacksmith and would craft armor for soldiers. Alfred's father, Graham, also had sheep that he would take care of for wool to sell. However, he'd rarely feed them for when the winter came. As Alfred grew up, he mostly ate bread, along with vegetable soup containing onions, cabbage, parsnips, and peas. They also occasionally ate berries and fruits. Most prominent ranks in their society were the kings, noblemen, and ordinary freemen. Born into a churl family above the thralls, yet below the thanes, Alfred's family had freedom and owned some property. They lived at risk for famine and a range of diseases, including degenerative arthritis, leprosy, and tuberculosis.
Alfric had to go to school growing up, however, all education was solely responsible of the church. Alfric began to learn his father's trade at a very young age, while his friends took up their father's practices, such as farmers, leatherworkers, and potters. Most Anglo-Saxons lived in small villages under 100 people. Life in Anglo-Saxon England was dangerous because of war, feud, and capital punishment. Family ties were incredibly valued in Anglo-Saxon England, and if someone was killed, their kin was expected to avenge them or pay a fee called weregild. Married women could own their own property independently. Women were entitled to the same weregild as men in the same class were considered oath-worthy with the right to defend themselves. Widows were in a favorable position with inheritance rights, custody of children, and authority over dependents.
That was perfect. You ended